We have heard some anecdotal complaints from local GPs who seem to be of the idea that there are conflicts of interest.
Yes.
Is that a problem, and how would you resolve those problems?
Well, there will be conflicts of interest, potentially, and I think most CCGs, if not all, should be very cognizant of what's going on. It is difficult. Sometimes transparency is absolutely key. There's historical relationships that may make a difference to how people see that conflict of interest. It's really important that our GP colleagues understand that to make the moves we want to going forward is that we need to be absolutely clear about where conflict lies and do not allow that to get in the way of delivery and enhancement of services. Individual GPs and individual practices may well have anecdotal issues with certain CCGs, but they need to remember that most of these GPs are in fact members of their organisation, and the membership organisations, they should be helping to shape the way the CCG thinks. Unfortunately, some of our colleagues don't always do that. They need to remember they've got that role.
Some CCGs that are given money to practices to federate, would you say that's a conflict then?
I think it depends where the money is coming from and what the money is. So absolutely, that needs to be carefully looked at. If there's money that's facilitating the change in behaviour, and it's provider-led innovation, then it's creating the right environment for that healthcare community. Giving money directly to a provider organisation, to a federated group, for their legal framework, for example, would be inappropriate.
How would you like to see the role of CCGs develop in the future?
I don't think there'll be any change immediately. They're statutory organisations, and certainly I don't think there's any appetite for legislation change from anyone in the system. So I think CCGs are here to stay for a while. What they've brought is that local clinical leadership, understanding the needs of the local population, and that's the bit that needs to make sure we maintain and take forward. As CCGs come together in pairs or groups to commission services on bigger footprints, then they will have to maintain their autonomy and statutory organising duties, but they will share functions where appropriate. And I don't see why CCGs that aren't necessarily geographically co-located, why they couldn't work together if they have a demography which is appropriate and mirrored.